Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial we'll be learning how to draft a basic skirt, and these are the required measurements for the skirt. So let's get started. We have our tape measure, we also have our biro, we have the straight ruler, and we have our hip curve. This is our hip curve right here. So the first thing we need to do is draw a borderline of 0.5 inch away from the tip of the paper, just like I'm doing, and we connect it like this. Then we go ahead and input our waist to hip measurement. The waist to hip measurement is 9 inches, and then the length of the skirt, that is 20 inches. So we input our lines just like I'm doing, and then we go ahead and connect the lines just like I'm doing right here. So the first thing we need to do is input our dart measurement. The dart measurement is usually 2 inches above the hip line. And then we go ahead and input our dart measurements just like I'm doing right now. Then we input our waist measurements. Don't forget to input your dart intake as well. And then we put our hip measurements. Then we go ahead to put our knee circumference. This is as desired. You can choose anything that you want. Then we connect our skirts just like this. So the front bodies of our skirt is ready, and then we move to the back bodies of the basic skirt. We start by inputting our zipper allowance just like I'm doing. I use the 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance, and then we connect it like so. Then we also input the dart measurement for the back of the skirt just like I'm doing. Remember, the dart is 2 inches above the hip line. And then we plot our darts just like this, just like I'm doing, 1/2 inch on both sides. And then we have our darts like this. Then we go ahead to measure our waist as well, and we put our dart allowance as well, 1 inch. Then we input our hip measurement and the knee circumference. This is as desired. You can choose it anyhow you want it to be. Then we connect with our hip curve just like I'm doing right now. And then our back piece of the skirt is also ready just like this. So we go ahead to input our allowance for the hem. That is the allowance to fold the skirt at the lower part. I put 2 inches here. This is the back. And then I'm doing the same for the front. I'm putting 2 inches as well, just like I am doing right now. So our back piece and the front piece of the skirt is ready. So what we'll do is we go in by 1 inch at the front of the skirt, and then we slant it just like I am doing, just to make the front part a little bit shorter than the back part. So I'm going ahead to label my skirt parts. I have the waistline, I have the hip line, and then I have the hemline. The hemline is the lower part of your garment. Then I have my zipper allowance just like I have labeled right now. So the next thing we do is cut out our pattern just like this. We cut out the pattern. This is the front pattern that I'm cutting right now. Then we also go ahead and cut out the back piece as well, just like so. Like I usually do, I like folding my zipper allowance in just to be sure that we know what is there. That's the zipper allowance that I'm folding in right there. And then we go ahead and place our pattern side by side. So we have come to the end of this tutorial. I will see you all in the next tutorial. If you haven't watched my previous video, I'll drop the link in the description box. Bye.